Oh, the back, nigga.
Hey, good evening and welcome everyone to this special episode of Illegal Formation Reacts, where TK Dandridge and myself, Chad Bryan, we're going to take a look back at some of this weekend's football action. We're going to take a look at two specific games on this episode in particular. I guess we have to talk about the Browns, and then we'll move on to greener pastures. We'll talk about another Ohio team playing a different team from the state of Minnesota, where that game went a completely different direction than the Browns game on Sunday, but we'll get to that in just a minute.
At least we had that.
Yeah, at least we got that, right? We got the Buckeyes. I mean, hey, if nothing else, we have a college team that's good. So, hey, that's fun. But again, welcome to this is Illegal Formation Reacts. I'm your host. I'm Chad Bryan. With me is TK Dandridge. TK, man, first of all, how you doing this evening, man?
Doing all right, brother. Lovely Monday evening. The Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. Don't know what that score is. I haven't checked up on it yet, but hoping it's a good game. But other than that, doing pretty well. How about yourself, brother?
Not too bad. Hopefully it's a good game, but hopefully the Chiefs win. Not because I'm a Chiefs fan or because we're Chiefs fans, but because we're definitely anti-Jacksonville Jaguars because we got that first round pick. So,
of course, that's for draft reasons.
Yeah, we need them to start losing some games. Well, let's talk about a team that's pretty adept at losing some games. You know them, you love. Well, I don't know if you love them anymore, but they're the Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns this weekend, they traveled all the way to London, England on Sunday, and they proved that no matter where they are in the conference, no matter where they are in the league, no matter where they are in the world, they will find a way to lose a football game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They'll find a way to lose a football game. 21-17, they go down in this one. They gave up a touchdown to it literally less than a minute left on the clock to the Vikings in this one. Kevin Stefanski was heard soon after saying, "We need to do better." That's been a funny meme all around the internet all week, but it's true. It's true. I actually have the actual quote from Kevin Stefanski. He literally said, and this is, I quote, "We need to do better." We need to do I paraphrased a little bit. We need to do a better job of closing out.
We have heard that countless times from Mr. Stefanski.
Yeah, and he goes to list everybody. That's an offensive thing. Defense, special teams, coaches, players, you name it. We've got to come away and be at our best in those moments. We were not. That's the disappointing and frustrating part for me. We'll keep grinding. We'll get back to work. Well, the disappointing and the frustrating part for all of us, Kevin Stefanski, is the fact that these things never get better, right? We don't ever improve on any of these things. We don't ever have a time where we go. I mean, it happened against the Packers. Right? I mean, they put some things together. We talked about 7 seconds from a completed pass to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set to spike the ball to set up a game-winning field goal. That was amazing. And you thought and you always think this when you're watching the Browns when they win a game. You think like, okay, are they turning the corner? Is this it? Like, is this it? It's
Other
never
than
it.
giving Quinshon Judkins the ball that night, I think that was probably the only thing that felt like we did correctly that entire game.
That's fair.
Until Dre walked out there and drilled that 55-yarder. So,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, Dylan Gabriel, his first start, he was the first rookie quarterback to ever start a game overseas. He didn't play bad, right?
Right, absolutely.
I mean, I didn't say anything that I was too disappointed. 19 of 33 for 190 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over. I thought that was ideal, honestly, right? You want to hold on to the football. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Unfortunately, Carson Wentz just found a way to make plays when the Vikings needed him most, and the Browns couldn't do that on offense or defense, really, which is disappointing because I know the defense held the Vikings to 21 points, but we talked about it on Sunday on the Inside Edge Network Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. We talked about how the Browns had to take advantage of this walking wounded offensive line of the Vikings. They didn't do it. Just 3 sacks. 3 sacks. That's it the whole day. And we talked about, Myles Garrett feasting. And I know, obviously, the Vikings are smart. They're gonna scheme away from Myles Garrett. they're gonna do things to neutralize him, to keep him out of the backfield, whatever, out of Carson Wentz's face. But the thing is, it shouldn't work all day, it shouldn't work all day, and it did. It seemed to work all day. They kept him out. He just really wasn't a factor in this game at all. I don't know. I guess. And the defense didn't play bad, right? They limited the running game. They held the Vikings to 97 yards on the ground. But again, you can say this time and time again as you look back through basically Brown's lore. They just didn't make the play when it mattered the most. How do you fix this, TK? I mean, what? Okay, I know how you fix it. You petition the NFL to go to 59 minutes instead of 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
On the game, right?
We would have ran away with it if that was the case.
That's for sure. Yeah, they would have found it. They still would have found a way. I mean, but seriously, how do you fix this? I mean, the Carson Wentz TD pass to Jordan Addison with what? Literally 25 seconds on the clock, right, to win it. A running back threw a touchdown pass in this game for the Vikings out of the Wildcat formation. I mean, and rightfully so. The Browns crashed down on the Wildcat, thinking like, okay, well, this is it's a sure run, right? And then he throws it to a wide open Josh Oliver, who does he even have a catch for the Vikings this year other than this 32-yard touchdown pass that he caught from Cam Akers? I mean,
I think that may have been his second catch of the season.
It's just like I said, the Browns will find a way to lose. So please tell me you have a plan and you know how to fix this, TK. Please tell me.
To be honest, I think all of this it looks so messy when you look at it on the field.
Mm-hmm.
It looks bad. It looked really bad. There were a number of plays where Myles Garrett wasn't on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he was hurt. I think there were some reports that he was battling some type of injury before he came into this game.
Ankle, I think, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That may have been a part of it.
Yeah.
But it was just they come out with a big turnover. Obviously, you get the punch out on Jordan Mason early in the first quarter. That was big. They got another one later on in the game. So it's not that we're not making big plays. It's just that they're not timely. It looks like you're holding them for the entire game. It's like for the majority of the game, they had 14 points. We were able to keep them down to that level, and we kept them there. We kept them hostage for a minute.
Yeah.
But in that last drive, it's just everything came unglued. Like we weren't getting any pressure on Carson Wentz at all. Denzel Ward played horribly that drive. First, a big catch by Jefferson on him, and of course, falling asleep on the Jordan Addison touchdown catch.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a mess towards the end. It's like, granted, you didn't need to do that much to beat this team. Especially, you didn't think you would have to do this much, especially with a bunch of backups playing.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to me. Malik Collins played great. We gotta pull that out. He had 2 sacks on the day. Alex Wright also had the other one, including a forced fumble as well. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due, but overall, it just wasn't enough. I mean, Carson Wentz looked like 2017 MVP runner-up Carson Wentz. That's not good. He's going to be 33 in December. He hasn't played meaningful football in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So you can't be the best defense in the league or the best defense in the world, and you're getting dog walked by washed-up veteran QBs. Like this should not be happening. Granted, I did highlight the fact that he played well in his first 2 weeks back. Still, this should not happen to a defense that we say is Super Bowl caliber. These moments just do not happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't give up 21 points to a backup quarterback and 4 backup offensive. Well, I mean, and again, a third string, not even a center, a guard playing center. A mess. I mean, just an absolute mess for the Vikings on the field, but they go out and win the game because this is what the Browns do. They lose football games. I mean, this is their identity. Listen, you don't believe me? Here are the numbers. Okay, Browns quarterbacks, right, making their first start for the franchise, making their debut. A Browns quarterback, doesn't matter, rookie, whatever. since 1999 are now 0-17. Dylan Gabriel pushed 2 touchdown passes across the board. That's pretty good. He upped that. Now they have 16, I think, touchdown passes in those 17 games. Those first-time quarterbacks, but they've thrown 22 interceptions. He didn't add to that. That's good.
Right.
And as for the point totals, just the whole offense in general, the team in those 17 games, they're averaging about 14 points a game. So right in the range that we know and love, right? The Vikings got to that magic number, 18 points. If you score 18 points, you're going to beat the Browns. That's it. They can't get past 17 points. They can't do it.
I just
I don't know. You
we
want
had
more numbers or
multiple
no?
drives inside of Minnesota territory late in that fourth quarter, and we couldn't do anything with them. I'm just sitting there waiting, like, okay, when is the next big game coming? What's going on?
Yeah.
And even later on in the game, they refused to run the ball with Quinshawn Judkins, which I didn't understand at all. And of course,
yeah,
the early timeouts were kind of weird to me. If they wanted to run that clock out, that would have been fine. I'd rather give up a field goal than a touchdown any day.
Yeah.
But to call all those timeouts so early, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, clock management. I don't think clock management has ever been a Browns thing.
No.
I'm not sure that Kevin Stefanski's really mastered that. He's had some weird clock management things through the years. It's not bad. Not like Freddie Kitchens, right? Freddie Kitchens had some horrible clock management. Hugh Jackson had some really crazy clock management issues. Hey, listen, man, he was a good guy. It didn't work out for him here, right? I have no problem with Hugh Jackson, the person, but wow, the football coach, that wasn't a thing here. Do you want more numbers? I can give you more numbers if you want, because I mean, we talk about how bad the Browns offense is, and we say, 18 but 20 point, this and that, whatever. Listen, Zach Jackson put this up on Twitter, and it was brought to our attention here by one of our producers. And I think I should just mention that the Browns are they're last in the NFL this year in points per drive. Okay, they're 31st. That's not good. There's 32 teams. They're 31st in EPA per drive. They're 30th in EPA per play. They're 31st in touchdowns per drive. They're 31st in team passer rating. They're tied. It's getting better. They're tied for 30th. That's not so. It's still bad. Yards per pass attempt, right? Pressure rate allowed. They're 27th. And hey, this is good. They're second in the league in something. TK. Oh, it's drop passes.
I had a feeling it was something terrible.
Yeah,
I had a feeling it was something awful.
I saw the second and I got excited. Listen, this Browns offense is not good. We throw the words historically this, historically that around a lot. This Browns offense is pretty historically bad. I don't know if there was one thing that I could see that needed cleaned up, and I could say, well, if they just do this, they'll be fine. But it's a little bit of everything, right? Like every week, it's like a new challenge. I don't know what to say or even where to go to try to even give a suggestion to how to fix this right now. I think and something that you said is actually a little bit encouraging. The fact that they did have multiple drives that went into Minnesota territory in that fourth quarter. I think that's pretty good from your rookie quarterback, right? Making his first start overseas, like that's okay. It's like they're getting close, but you kind of expect that with a rookie quarterback, right? He's not going to make all the plays right away.
Absolutely.
So maybe we're not total doom and gloom. But listen, the Browns are 1-4, and it's not trending well. I mean, they're going to play Pittsburgh next week. Pittsburgh is maybe the worst 3-1 team in the NFL, don't you think? Are they the worst 3-1 team in the
That could be
football?
up for debate. That could be up for debate. They did just come off of a bye week and a win in Ireland over Minnesota. So,
yeah,
that remains to be seen. But hey, another big game for us. Another big game for us. What's going to happen? Yeah. What is going to happen? Are we going to get that same performance from the defense on that final drive? Are we still going to have to deal with the drop passes from all of our wide receivers? We were so excited for Isaiah Bond, wide receiver 1 season to commence, and then he gives us 2 catches for 29 yards on 8 targets with 2 drops. So it's one of these guys is going to have to pick up the slack for us. David Njoku had a wonderful game, 6 catches, 67 yards, including the touchdown in the third quarter. It was a great throw by Dylan Gabriel. David Njoku playing a little big brother with Byron Murphy Jr. covering him, and then he made the post move to the inside to get the catch. That was a brilliant play.
Yeah.
What we really need to do, and I've said this before, I do appreciate the attempt for a balanced offense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we still need to use our running backs a little bit more. Quinshon Judkins has proven that he is going to be the next great NFL back. And it's going to come a point in time where we're going to have to give this kid at least 30 touches. He's going to have to carry the football 30 times. We're going to have to grind the clock away, especially with the inefficiencies and the limitations of this offense as a whole.
Yeah.
I do not know why Kevin Stefanski continues to gamble with certain situations. I really don't. I just... my God, I really need you to read the room, brother.
Oh, man.
We are not good with our aerial attack. We just aren't.
You could have just ended that sentence after good, and it would have been fine. But yeah,
we're not good. We're not good.
No, they're bad.
It is what you are. So.
But listen, you said Quinshon Judkins. He keeps getting better every time out. He actually he broke a Browns franchise record. He became the first Brown to ever get 70-plus yards from scrimmage in his first 4 career games. So, I mean, there's a bright spot for the offense. There's something to work around, right? I mean, he's not Nick Chubb. We know that. But I said it on Sunday on the pregame show. I think he finishes some of his runs, and it's sort of reminiscent of Nick Chubb. I'm not, I don't want to put him in a box and say, hey, look, if he's not Nick Chubb, he's a failure, right? Because that's going to be tough to get to. But I mean, Judkins looks pretty good. 110 yards on 23 carries on Sunday. That was good. He had a 54-yard touchdown wiped out because of a holding penalty. That stuff happens. You can't nitpick about little things, but I think it's easy to do when you're talking about the Browns, when it's a team that makes so many of those little mistakes. And when you're struggling to get to 20 points as an offense, you can't have a holding penalty wipe out a big touchdown. I mean, that's just
really can't.
It's unforgivable, right? They've got to get it fixed. They've got to get all these little things fixed. And, I just don't know where you go from here, because I mean, we're looking at a team now that, like I said on Sunday, if they don't win this game with the Vikings the whole offensive line was out almost. Backup quarterback. I mean, the situation wasn't good in Minnesota. And I said it to you guys, if they don't win this game, they might not win another game all year. And I don't know that that's necessarily true, because the Browns always find a fluky way to win, right? I mean, see the Packers game. Yeah. Look at the year they beat the Saints and the Patriots, when both the Saints and Patriots, I think, won 13 or 14 games or whatever, 12 games at least.
Man, Chad, let me tell you something real quick about that team. That was the funnest 5-11 team in the history of history. Okay, we had so much fun in that 2010 season. Peyton Hillis was running all over the field, making plays. We had a decent defense that year. Colt McCoy got lucky, and like you said, we beat the Saints and the Patriots back-to-back games that week or that year. Mm-hmm. That was an extremely fun season. I have so many fun memories of that year. Sorry, but I just had to throw that in there.
That's okay. And listen, that team was at least for a 5-11 team, like you said, that team was fun to watch. Yeah. The 2025 version of this Brown, they're not fun to watch. It's like pulling teeth. And sometimes I get halfway through the game and I sometimes wish, I'm like, man, I wish I was at the dentist getting my teeth pulled. I'd rather be getting with no Novocaine, no nothing. I'd just rather be getting my teeth pulled than watching this Browns team play right now. The offense is people toss around offensive genius, right? When it comes to Kevin Stefanski, and that's what was said. I remember when they brought him in, offensive genius. Look what he did in Minnesota. He turned the Vikings offense around. He did this, did that. He hasn't done a single thing here to make me think that anything better is on the horizon. I mean, is there anything in Kevin Stefanski's system that's redeemable to you, TK?
Well, I don't think any of us are in favor of Kevin Stefanski's and all, and rightfully so. It kind of looks like a high school offense at this point. especially with the void of talent that we seem to have here on this roster. But at the same time, I do give Kevin Stefanski a lot of credit for being able to maneuver his way around the other deficiencies surrounding the Browns organization, particularly our ownership. We all know how I feel about our owner. But to be able to maneuver some of the errors from the ownership on down to the front office, because our front office has been an absolute, I don't even know what to call it, to be honest.
It's hard to keep finding words for this. I know.
It's like a clutter of stuff that is just in the way.
Yeah.
And to be able to maneuver through the mistakes of people in the higher ups, to be able to continue to coax your team, to get the best out of your team, to coax them into winning, obviously going to the playoffs twice, winning a playoff game.
Yeah.
I know people get tired of hearing that, but over the years, he has been able to do some of the things that other coaches haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, maneuvering the deficiencies of the organization, getting around all of that, keeping the team in order, doing the right things, winning games, and things of that nature. With that being said, lately, that doesn't seem to be much of the case. He is now 4-18 in his last 22 games. We've gone through a countless amount of quarterbacks since he's been here. Granted, we have moved on from Baker Mayfield. I always go back to the 2021 season when he tore his labrum, and for whatever reason, we refused to use Case Keenum more than what we did. I mean, you spend $21 million on a backup quarterback. You got to get him out there. And I know Baker was being stubborn the entire time. I know he wanted to be there for his teammates and prove to them, how tough he was. He kept saying the whole mama didn't raise no bitch. And it's like, son, we know that. You're playing gladiator sport. You're playing the most dangerous sport in the world, next to hockey. I definitely give those guys a load of credit. They kill each other 82 nights a year, including the postseason. Anyway,
for sure. Yeah, they'll take a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
So neither did their dentists, by the way.
Yeah. But I just think he's had so many QBs to try out, and it just comes to a point where it's like, okay, is this going to be it? And even though the kid played well, he played decent enough for you to win, I think. If the defense doesn't choke late down the stretch. But is this your guy? Is this what we're going to do? Is this going to be our future, or are we going to have to worry about a quarterback competition in 2026?
Oh, we're worried about it. It's going to happen for sure.
I don't even know why.
We're still going to see Shedeur Sanders play this year. I am convinced. We saw Dylan Gabriel start already in week 5. It didn't go badly, but it didn't go great. It wasn't like he went out and set the world on fire. I mean, he completed some passes and he made some nice throws. But ultimately, every time Kevin Stefanski gets his handpicked guy, they lose games with him. Maybe let's just not let Kevin Stefanski handpick his guy anymore. Maybe again, this is where like you open up this can of worms, and it's like, well, then what do you do? Because now if you can't trust your head coach to evaluate talent and work with that talent, you got to fire him, right? Like, you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel comfortable with him bringing in his own guy. You don't feel comfortable with him working with what's on the roster. You have no recourse but to fire him, right? Like there's the only thing you can do. I don't know, TK. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on this because it makes me sad. Listen, the Browns are 1-4. Okay, they're 1-4. They're heading into a game where they're probably. I thought the Steelers looked beatable coming into this season. I don't know anymore. I mean, it's the Browns. They'll find a way to lose. Lamar Jackson's health is in question. Joe Burrow's out with a toe surgery. The AFC North has never been more wide open. Like I said, I feel that maybe the Steelers possibly are the worst 3-1 team in the NFL. The AFC North has never been so wide open. It's never been so wide open for the taking. And the Browns are completely unable to take advantage of this. They can't. They're not in a position to even. They can't even score 18 points in a game. TK, like, how are they going to win games? How can they win a? How can you win a division if you can't score 18 points? It's not 1954. I don't know. They have no shot to steal a division. I think a decent Browns team. Think about that Baker Mayfield. A decent Browns team could have stolen a division title. Think about it wasn't that long ago that the Browns nearly beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, save for one bad, probably helmet to helmet, maybe should have been a penalty. That could have swung that game the other way. I don't know.
I remember a lot of fans were upset after that game because Patrick Mahomes actually got injured late in the third quarter of that game, and they had to go the rest of the game with Chad Henne.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, we were not able to muster any offense after that. We even got a turnover in which Chad Henne threw a duck in the end zone, and I believe Carl Joseph picked it off. We weren't able to move the ball. We couldn't get into scoring territory. We did not hold on to the ball for long either. So I think a lot of fans came away sour from that loss. I know I did, but at the same time, it's like, listen, this is the first time we have gotten to the divisional round in 26 years. I am not complaining. Things are on the up and up, or at least we thought.
Yeah. Yep. It felt like they were making progress and taking steps, and it looked like they were poised to take the next one. But as they got to that second step, I mean, they never made it past that second step. They fell back off the landing, and they've never gotten up since. That's disappointing. Well, whatever. Like I said, the Browns are 1-4. They'll play the Steelers next weekend, I should say, next Sunday. I don't think it's a winnable game anymore. I don't know. I mean, Dylan Gabriel could play well. Quinshon Judkins looks great. They've got all the pieces, but I don't know. I'm going to have a hard time picking them to win any game for the rest of the year after they couldn't beat this Vikings team that was absolutely decimated by injuries. It's just I'm running out of words to even say about the Browns anymore. I can't find new adjectives. They're just bad. They stink. They're terrible.
They reinvent the art of losing.
Yeah.
We need to create a pamphlet on how to lose.
I mean,
and it will be a New York Times bestseller within a week.
Absolutely. Because it's no team has ever done it so thoroughly, right? Like, I mean, they have it down from step one to the end. I mean, they know how to do it. And for whatever reason, the defense doesn't seem to travel. I've said this before on the show. The defense doesn't play well on the road. It doesn't matter if they're in Pittsburgh and Baltimore and Houston and Indianapolis, London. It doesn't matter. The defense just doesn't play well on the road. I don't understand that. The saying is literally defense travels. That's been the saying from the beginning of time since I've watched football. Defense travels. You don't have to worry about the defense on the road. It doesn't matter. Offense is the only problem, right? On the road, because crowd noise, this and that, whatever, atmosphere, who knows, weather, whatever it is, defense travels. Well, the Browns defense doesn't travel. Browns defense plays okay at home. I shouldn't say okay. They play really, really well at home.
They play great at home.
They play great. I shouldn't say okay. They play great. They just, again, they don't make the plays when it matters. They don't make the biggest play. When they have to make a play to seal the game or to whatever, they can't make the play. It's maddening. It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's the definition of being a Browns fan. And it's the polar opposite of being an Ohio State fan. So let's move on and talk about the Buckeyes, because, again, like I said at the onset of the show, they played a team from Minnesota. It went much better, right? They played the Golden Gophers, PJ Fleck, everything that comes with the Gophers, and they won 42-3 at the Horseshoe. I mean, I don't know. We were on Saturday morning. We talked about it on illegal formation on the actual, on the episode Saturday morning. We called the score. I think I said 38-3. I think you were right around the same range. I mean, we pretty much knew how this game was going to go. I don't know. They seem to expand Julian Sayen's role a little bit. I think Ryan Day let him do a little bit more. Back behind center there, he threw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Carnell Tate had a career day. Caught 9 passes for 183 yards. I think he had like 160 of those yards in the first half. So imagine if they just would have, obviously they're gonna take their foot off the gas a little bit, but Carnell Tate could have done pretty much whatever he wanted all day. He would absolutely be wide receiver 1 anywhere else in the country, right?
Absolutely.
The Buckeyes have an embarrassment of riches at wide receiver. They have more on the way, by the way, with Chris Henry Jr. It never stops with Brian Hartline. I hope he never leaves.
He won't.
Please.
He won't.
Yeah, just
He won't.
I don't care if they have to literally buy him a Brinks truck with the money in it. Just do whatever you got to do.
Absolutely.
Jeremiah Smith, ho-hum, by the way, caught 2 more touchdown passes. He's got 23 total touchdowns now in 21 career games. What do I have in my notes? Where was it? He's good. He's good at football. I didn't have to notes on that to tell you that. And I thought maybe the most telling thing was the fact that Minnesota got the ball first. They wanted the ball first. That was PJ Fleck's thing. Wanted to set the tone, right? Get the ball, go down, score, and show this Buckeyes defense they weren't going to go away. Well, they went down and they scored. They scored the good goal. That was fine. And they did that. That was fine. It was great. But then I'm going to read you a quote that I think is just really, really telling. And then I'm going to unmute your mic. For some reason, we have a little bit of an echo issue. I'll unmute you in a minute. But I want to read you a quote because I think this is the most telling. We talk about Jim Knowles to Matt Patricia all the time, right? Last year's defense under Jim Knowles, it was the bend and break a little bit, but don't break too much defense. Matt Patricia had the bend, but don't break. I mean, now they just really look south. 5 points a game is ridiculous. But this is from Minnesota quarterback Drake Lindsay. This is a direct quote. I'm not paraphrasing here. I'm going to read you the quote. Drake Lindsay after the game, who, by the way, was 15 of 26 for 94 yards in the game. He said the first drive, we were able to pick them apart and move down the field. And then, I mean, that's why he's one of the best in the world. Speaking of Matt Patricia, of course, the Buckeyes defensive coordinator. Lindsay said he adjusted very, very quick. The first snap, the next drive was a completely different defense. Let me unmute you because that's not something that we ever saw from Jim Knowles. Jim Knowles was let's wait until they put up like 42 or 45, and then maybe I'll send a blitzer, right? Like maybe I'll bring a safety down or something. I won't. What's a quarterback spy? What's that? No. We're gonna take 20 yards wide in the middle of the field to Dylan Gabriel or whoever else. Just run free and do whatever they want. Yeah, the night and day, right?
Yeah,
from Knowles to Patricia.
Listen, Matt Patricia was one of the most revered defensive coordinators in all of the NFL. Forget the stint that he had as the Detroit Lions head coach. I need people to forget that. I understand it's hard to erase that from your memory, that the whole thing, the Quinn Patrician era, as they call it in Motown. But as a defensive coordinator, this guy has been absolutely brilliant. He learned from the best in Bill Belichick on all those years in New England. He's a guy that's been all over the ball. He's been an offensive coordinator. He's been a tight ends coach. He's been a linebackers coach, defensive line coach, special teams coach. Matt Patricia has done it all as far as the coaching ranks go. So he's kind of a genius out there on the field. So this role suits him perfectly as their defensive coordinator. He's got the athletes to do it. He's got the perfect schemes to run as well. They are flying with Matt Patricia, and I also hear that he may possibly be in running to be our new head coach at some point in time. Hope to keep him as the DC, but if that does happen, hey, we're in great hands.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think Ryan Day is going anywhere. I mean, Ryan Day is 5-10 now as the Buckeyes head coach. He's got a winning percentage of 882. It's the highest among all coaches. I don't know that Day really wants to go anywhere else. Do you? I don't see Day going to the NFL. Do you see him leaving for any reason?
I hope he stays. Yeah. I hope he stays. I'm fine with him. There are a lot of fans out there that are upset with him because he hasn't beaten Michigan in a while. Listen. We won the national championship, and we did not cheat.
Right.
Why are you upset?
I simply cannot prioritize a regular season football game over a national championship or any postseason game. I can't do it. There are Buckeyes fans that would be happy with it as long as they beat Michigan. That is outlandish, really. I don't know how else third. I'll take 11-1 every year, 10-2 every year. If it turns into a national title, Listen to me. I couldn't care less if they lose to Michigan every year for the rest of their existence. If they turn in the national title every 2 or 3 or 4 seasons.
Okay, let's not get too crazy. Let's not get too crazy, Jack. Let's not get too crazy. We got to beat them sometime.
Yeah, that's why it's illegal formation after dark. I'm getting crazy over here. But listen, I don't know. I just don't think that you do have to beat them sometime. You're right. You can't be John Cooper out there. John Cooper never won a national title, right?
No, I don't think he did. No,
he didn't. He was 2-10-1 against Michigan. That's the reason he got fired. They brought in Jim Tressel. Jim Tressel immediately started to beat Michigan and won a national title. Urban Meyer came in after Jim Tressel after the whole tattoo scandal because tattoos are more serious than cheating, apparently.
Dumbest scandal ever.
It was ridiculous. Anyway, Urban Meyer comes in. He goes undefeated. He goes 7-0 against Michigan.
Those were fun times.
By the way. And then Ryan Day comes in. He kind of stinks against Michigan, but he wins a national title. So what other school out there do you know has 3 coaches in a row that have won a national title? There's probably a couple that are not recently.
Not that I can think of. No. Not that I can think of.
For Buckeyes fans to complain about the current state of this program in any way is...
We complain about everything.
It's outlandishly spoiled. It's wild. I mean, Kirk Herbstreit always talks about the lunatic fringe. And the people that get really, really upset about that, TK, are the people that are in the lunatic fringe, the people that are the loudest, the minority on social media that are complaining about. I saw a comment after a 42-3 win over Minnesota that Ryan Day should be fired for 70 points. And easily could have put 70. You got to keep your foot on the gas. Really? I mean, you're going to hurt Williams and Jeremiah Smith and coming up 8 seasons 70 points. Who cares? It's under control. Couldn't get close to the end zone.
I told you we complain about everything.
Everything. The color of the stripes on the jerseys. Everything. I mean, that's not scarlet. That looks like crimson. Shut up. Just enjoy Please just enjoy the run your team is on right now. This is historical. No college team. I know Bama won all the championships. That's fine. But I mean, 75-10. Nick Saban wasn't 75-10. This is
Wait,
Ryan Day is no. I don't think he started out 75-10. I feel like he lost 6 or 7 games that first year at Bama, didn't he? Didn't they have a rough year? Whatever. I could be wrong on that. But I mean, anyway, let's say this. It's few and far between. There aren't many guys out there starting off 75-10. There's nobody active that's better, right?
Right.
Not a single person active has a higher winning percentage than Ryan Day. Not Kirby Smart, not Dabo, all shucks, Dabo Swinney, not I don't know who else. Brian Kelly, not 5, not 6, not 7. Okay, no, whatever. Every time I start counting off things, I got to think of LeBron and D Wade in Miami that year in that press conference. But just enjoy the run because I feel like this could all end at a moment's notice. I mean, and it's crazy that like the Buckeyes, this run even survived the whole, pants for tattoos or whatever scandal, whatever you want to call that. It even survived that. I mean, there was one down year with Luke Fickell. Urban Meyer came in and immediately and just put the ship right back on course. They went 12-0. You felt like you were in good hands. He had some health issues. He had some other things off the field, whatever. We're not going to talk about that. But he was whatever. He resigned. He was forced to resign, whatever you want to say. He was out as the Buckeyes head coach. He handed the keys over to Ryan Day, and Ryan Day has kept it rolling and then some. I mean, 75-10 is a pretty impressive way to start. And you can't say he's playing with Urban's guys anymore. That's not applicable now, right? Like he's had
they're all in the NFL or graduated.
They're all gone. He's recruited his own guys, and they're doing just fine. So, please, if you're an Ohio State fan, stop complaining about meaningless regular season losses. Please don't do that.
If we are lucky enough, we are going to moonwalk to a national championship.
UMSPN Super Short says, "Pass it, TK. Come on, bro. What are you doing?" Listen. Yeah, I don't know about moonwalking to a championship because things happen. Things happen along the way, and guys can get hurt. All kinds of stuff can go wrong. But this defense, you can't score on them right now. I know they haven't played a super dynamic offense in Washington. And Washington had done their damage against some teams that had struggled against some really, really lower division teams. So okay, I get it. Pump the brakes a little bit and temper your excitement. But listen, this is a really good football team. They've got a lot of talent all over the field. Julian Sayin looks really, really, really comfortable in the pocket. I've seen some really weird comparisons this week trying to say that Bryce Underwood is playing better than him.
No. God, no.
That's not even close.
God, no.
And listen, Bryce Underwood's fine. He's 18 years old. He's a freshman. I'm not trying to dump on the kid. He's going to be just fine. Or he's not. I have no idea. But it's not for me to say. I'm not going to judge him. I mean, I hope he does well. I have nothing personal against any of these players at any school. But right now, the fact is Julian Sayin is outplaying him by a large margin.
Absolutely,
yeah.
without question.
You could just.
I don't think there's any other college quarterback right now that is completing 77% of their passes.
Yeah, in a down year for quarterbacks, I mean, all of a sudden, Sayin looks like he could be a Heisman candidate.
Nice.
Hey, that'd be great, right? I feel like it's wild to me because Jeremiah Smith is far and away the best offensive player in football, and meanwhile, the media will be searching for the rest of the season for a quarterback to hand the Heisman to. I think it's okay to give it to a guy like Jeremiah Smith. You can put him all over the field. He attracts attention away from Carnell Tate. He takes a lot of the pressure off Julian Sayin, takes pressure off the running game. He's really a once in a generation type of player. And I think he's easily the best offensive player in college football right now. And I think the Buckeyes have the best defensive player in college football right now, Caleb Downs. So those two things, along with a little bit of special teams magic here and there, I mean, those things are that's what leads you to a championship. The Buckeyes look really unbeatable. There are some really good teams, TK. Miami's really, really good. I guess I can't really. I was gonna say Penn State was pretty tough, but I mean,
ask UCLA how tough they are.
Ouch! Right? Like, come on, Jim Knowles, 42 points to UCLA. I mean, UCLA couldn't find midfield in their first three matchups. They couldn't find midfield in their first three games. Right? They were terrible, and they put up 42 points. That's
killed them in the first half. 27-7.
27-7 at halftime was wild. And the fact that Penn State, I mean, really almost came back should show you how bad UCLA really is. But they still couldn't get it done, and that's fine. Well, whatever. Like I said, the Buckeyes are good. Ryan Day is the best coach in the game right now. You're gonna have to convince me otherwise. I think Ryan Day is the guy right now. I think if you could ask almost anybody where they would start, it would be Ryan Day, right? If you had a program, you get to pick one guy as a head coach. Kirby Smart, Dabo Swinney, Brian Kelly, Ryan Day, Nick Saban's retired. It's not fair. I think a lot of people would go Ryan Day, don't you?
I definitely would. I love all those other names that you mentioned, especially Kirby Smart. I've been a big Kirby Smart fan for years.
Mm-hmm.
He was Nick Saban's understudy at Alabama for a number of years.
Yeah.
And I definitely think he's done a wonderful job turning that Georgia program around, eventually winning a national championship. I was very happy for him. But, I'd definitely go with Ryan Day. I mean, 75-10 don't come around too often. And we have beaten some really good teams along the way as well.
Yeah, and I know there's the whole SEC versus Big Ten thing or whatever, but listen, I mean, the whole run in the playoffs last year, where they beat 4 top 7 teams, I mean, I think right there, as they say, the proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, Day got the job done there. I don't know. A lot of people want to make excuses, but whatever. The Buckeyes are on to play. They'll play at Illinois next Saturday, and Illinois is number 22. They've shown some flashes of being a decent football team, but they also got blown out by Indiana 63-10. So I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Any early predictions? I mean, we'll get to it next week, on illegal formation on the morning. But any early predictions on that game? How are you feeling about that?
Well, I did take notice of this team a couple of weeks ago when they were able to beat USC. I actually blindly predicted them to win that game, and they actually pulled it out. They are a tough bunch. Maybe not the 42-3 game that we got this past week. I do expect it to be a bit closer, but a game that you and I both expect the Ohio State Buckeyes to win.
Yeah, agreed. I think Illinois might be the best offense they'll see so far. We would have thought it would have been Washington, but I think Illinois is a more complete. When I think of like a Big Ten offense, right? Like being able to get down and like run the football, but their offensive line is a little bit of a mess too. So
Man.
I don't know. I think the Buckeyes could roll in that one. Again, maybe not 42-3, but
Right.
31-6, 38, whatever. We'll talk about it next Saturday. Before we get out of here, I do want to remind you guys that we are on the Inside Edge Network. We're brought to you by LPV Productions. And I've said it time and time again. You guys know it. Go follow us on our social medias. We've got just a ton of shows on the network, a lineup of so much talent. We've got the Inside Edge. If you're just tired of watching the Browns lose and want to commiserate with somebody, we've got the Inside Edge Funeral March Browns post-game show. That's Sundays from 4:30 to 5. That's live for you. So if you want to pick that up, you can always do that Sunday afternoon. If you want to spend your Sunday afternoon, crying into your beer and you want to listen to whatever, you can listen to Anthony Alford and various Inside Edge shows. Sometimes different people will chime in on that one. So you can always catch that. We got the main event with Rob Ruzicki, Anthony Alford, and Eli Moon. That's a wrestling show. Of course, the Commissioner's Couch with our guy Ryan Mosser. He's going to give you all your fantasy, any knowledge that you need for running a fantasy football team. Ryan has it. I don't know. What else? We've got our show, Illegal Formation, Jersey Chasers with Autumn and Christy. It was only all-female sports and pop culture program, so that's right here on the Inside Edge Network. There are just so many more shows. We've got stuff coming up that, things that'll debut. There's a music show with Eli Moon that's going to debut in November. We've got so many things on the Inside Edge Network that I think appeal to pretty much everybody. So, again, check it out. Give a little bit of love to all these shows, man. Spend some time with all of them. Spend some time with all the hosts, the talent. Whoever we have on the network is here for a reason, and I think it's all pretty entertaining and all pretty informative. So we're going to get out of here for the evening. We're going to let you guys go and maybe finish that Monday Night Football game if you want to watch that. TK and I will see you back here Saturday morning at about 11 o'clock for Illegal Formation. Then we'll see you Sunday morning, not at 7:30 a.m. We're not doing the 7:30 thing again. We won't do that until the Browns play the Vikings again.
Goodness.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing.
Whew.
So, we'll see you back here Saturday morning at 11 for another episode of the Illegal Formation. Guys, have a great Monday night. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you this weekend.
Have a good night, folks.
Thanks for watching.